So the very important topic is related party disclosure as per the requirements of International Accounting Standard 24. As we know that when we have giant corporations or companies, the managing director or the board of directors has the control to run over the companies. Then in that situation they may allot certain contracts or they may make certain agreements with the persons which are related to them, or with the persons who has major share in the companies. They may allocate some kind of contracts within themselves, and they may have allocated certain sales contract with the people who has influence in the company itself. That thing give some indication or signals that the assets or the resources of the companies may be used for the whims or for the benefit of the related persons. It is not there that you cannot make contracts with the people who are related with the company, or people who are having influence over the company, or people who are related with the managing directors or board of directors of the companies. You can make a contract, you can make agreement, you may sell your assets to them, you may purchase assets from them, but it must be disclosed. It must be disclosed in the financial statement that what kind of relationship that a person has, so that the stakeholder may use that information for the decision making purpose. So this is the basic purpose of today's lecture, that what are the related party contracts or agreements, how these related party agreements should be disclosed in the financial statement, so that the people can know much about these related party disclosures. So IAS 24 deals with the related party disclosures. So that we will be discussing today. So as far as the related IAS 24 is concerned, it deals with related party disclosure, which requires that the disclosure about the transactions and outstanding balances with an entity's related parties. So what are the entities which are related with the company? And this standard defines various classes of entities and people as related parties, and set out the disclosure required in respect of those parties. So including the compensation of the key management personnel. So this IAS 24 is basically focusing on, first of all, defining what are the various classes of entities and people which are treated as the related parties to the company you are managing. Secondly, it will decide and describe a format and set out the disclosure which are required in respect of those parties, including if a key management person, that means high up person in the management itself, is getting some kind of compensation because of certain agreements. So what are those, and how this has been calculated? The disclosure is required for all these kind of things. The objective of IAS 24 is to ensure that entities' financial statements contain the disclosure necessary to draw the attention to the possibility that its financial position or profit or loss may be affected by the existence of the related parties, and by the transactions and outstanding balances with the such parties. So people have a right to know that what kind of related parties are there which has a relationship with the company, how the transaction has been entered, and how the pricing of such transaction has been calculated, what kind of outstanding balances are lying with the related party, so that we can know the real position behind the company. It is not there that you cannot have related party transactions, you cannot have opening balances with the related parties. You can have, but the disclosure is very much necessary. So IAS 24 prescribe that disclosure process, or that disclosure practice, or that disclosure format which must companies must disclose in their financial statements in the notes to the accounts. Now the most important question before us is, who are related parties? Related parties, that means, that doesn't mean blood relation. A related party is a person or entity that is related to the entity that is preparing its financial statements. So If I am preparing my financial statement as a company, then all those people who are related to my entity will be treated as related parties. Who are they? Number one, a person or a close member of the person's family is related to the reporting party if that person, number one, has a control or joint control over the reporting entity. If X, Y, Z are the three shareholders, and one shareholder has a major control or joint control over the reporting entity, or it has a significant influence over the reporting entity, or is a member of the key management personnel of the reporting entity, or a parent of the reporting entity. There are a number of companies like holding companies and subsidiary companies. If you are a holding company, or if you are having a major control over the reporting entity, or if you have a significant influence over the reporting entity, one way or another way you will be treated as a related party. Similarly, any entity is related to reporting quantity if any of the following conditions are implied. Number one, the entity and the reporting entity are members of the same group. For example, one is holding company, there are 5 6 subsidiary companies. It means the holding company, which means each parent subsidiary and fellow subsidiary is related to each other. XYZ and ABC and uh, FWP, these are the three companies, and one is holding company, other are subsidiary companies. So all parent subsidiary and fellow subsidiary are related to each other. Secondly, one entity as an associate or joint venture of other entity. If one company is having a joint venture of some sort with other company or a member of that company, that is also related. Both entities are joint venture of the third party. Suppose some other company is there and you are a joint venture of that company, that is also a related party. So one entity is a joint venture of third entity and other entity is a associate of third entity. So somehow you are related to each other. Similarly, the entity is a post-employment defined benefit plan for the benefit of the employees of either reporting entity or entity related to reporting entity. If the reporting entity itself has a such plan, the sponsoring employer are also reported to the each other. So if you have post-employment defined plan and one party has given this plan to the other, so they are also related. So the entity is controlled or jointly controlled by the same person as defined in the first part. Similarly, an person identified or has a significant influence over the entity or is a member of the key management personnel of the, for example, if you are a member of the board of directors of the company, any person who is a board of directors of the company that has an influence, significant influence over the decision making of the enterprise. So therefore, that is a related party. So, or entity or any member of the group which is a part provide key personnel manager to the reporting entity or the parent of the reporting. If you are a board of director of the holding company, but the company is subsidiary company, that means you have a significant effect or influence over the other company, that is also treated as related to that. So following are not treated to be related. For example, two entities simply because they have a director or a key manager in common. If one person is a director of two or three, four companies, they will not be automatically treated as related unless he or she has a significant effect on the company's affair. Secondly, two venturer who share joint control over a joint venture. So if it is a joint venture and two venturers are there, they will not be treated as related. Providers of the finance, trade unions, public utilities, departments and agencies of the government that does not control, jointly control or significantly influence the reporting entity by virtue of normal dealing with the entities. If you are normally dealing with the companies but you don't have a significant effect on that company, that will not be treated as the related party. Similarly, a single customer, supplier, franchisor, distributor or general agent with whom an entity transact a significant volume of the business. If your major supplier is there from whom you take all kind of goods and services, that will not automatically become your related party unless he has an economic influence on you and he has shares in your company, is either managing partner or joint venture or something like that. So automatically you will not become the related party. Next question before us is, what are related party transactions? A related party transaction is a transfer of resources, services, or obligation between the related parties, regardless of whether a price is charged. Even if you charge a price, suppose I am a director of a company, I have a significant influence of the company. If I purchase certain goods or if I supply certain goods and services from my own business to this company, even then it will be treated as a related party transaction, because it will be like a transfer of resources, transfer of services, or obligation between related parties. So regardless whether I have charged the profit price or not, even if I have charged the profits, this will be treated as a related party transaction if the person is covered under the various definitions of a related party which are given under the IAS 24. So now most important question is ki, what is required? The most important thing is ki you can have the related party transaction. You can transact with the business with the various related parties as we mentioned above. But the disclosure is very much required. You must disclose it in the financial statement. You must not conceal it. If you disclose it properly, it is not a fraud. If you do not disclose it properly, it is a fraud. So you must have seen that various politicians, like in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, they are caught up in these kind of relationships. So they have supplied and goods and services. They have a contract with the related party, with the company, and then they don't disclose it in the financial statement. But after that, if it is come into picture that this is a related party transaction and this has not been disclosed, so now the many court cases are going on. So relationship between parents and subsidiaries we must define. So regardless of whether there have been a transaction between a parent and a subsidiary, an entity must disclose the name of the parent company. And if different, the ultimate controlling party. If neither the entity's parent or the ultimate controlling party produces financial statement available for public, the name of the next most senior parent that does so must also be disclosed. So whatever the kind of relationship you have between the parents and the subsidiary, or the other relationship with the other persons who are transacting business with the company, must be disclosed in a proper manner. Similarly, sometimes we pay management compensation to the key managerial personnel. Suppose who is a sometime executive director of the company is charging very high fees for attending the meetings. So if that person is related person, so whatever kind of following categories of benefits he has got, like short-term employee benefits, if he has got some post-employment benefit, heavy pension he's charging, heavy compensation he's charging, other long-term benefits he's charging, he's drawing some termination benefits, he's drawing some share-based payments benefits. So all these things must be properly disclosed in the notes to the account. So key management personnel kaun honde? So key management personnel are those persons having authority and responsibility for planning, directing, and controlling the activities of the entity, directly or indirectly, including the director, चाहे वो executive directors हों, चाहे वो other directors हों. If an entity obtains key management personnel services from the management entity, the entity is not required to disclose the compensation paid or payable by the management entity to the management entity's employee or to the director, but they have to disclose it in the notes to the accounts in the financial statements. So these are the few things which are very necessary. For there are certain examples of various kinds of transactions which are considered as related party transaction. For example, if I am a director, if I purchase or sale of goods, involved in the purchase or sale of goods from my own sources to the company. Similarly, if I purchase or sale of property or other assets, rendering services or receiving of services, if I have given some asset as a lease to the company or taken the asset of the company on lease, transfer of research and development, transfer under license agreement, transfer under finance arrangements, including loans and equity contribution in cash or in kind. So provisions of guarantees, or if I give some guarantee, or if company takes my guarantee to take a loan, so commitment to do something, if a particular event occurs, some contingency event are occurring or does not occur in the future, including executory contracts, may be recognized or unrecognized, or if I am involved in settlement of liabilities on behalf of the entity or by the entity on behalf of the another party. So these are all related party transaction. If a person to whom you are transacting the business is covered under the definition of related parties, which is given under IAS 24. So this standard IAS 24 describe three things. Number one, who are related parties? Secondly, what kind of related party transactions may be there, and what kind of disclosure practices are required for handling these kind of related party transactions. So this is a very small standard IAS 24 which deal with all these transactions, but it does not have any kind of calculation involved in it. Calculations are remaining the same, but this is more basically based to disclose the various related parties. If any transaction happens, then if it is related party transaction, you must disclose it that this contract has been given to the person who has a major influence on the affairs of the company, so that the people who are dealing with the company must know all about this. So that's all for today. It's a small standard which we have covered today. So this was very, very important standard. So that's why it is very important to discuss all these also. So now you can on your video so that we can have certain questions. Yes. Anybody who has any query regarding all the aspects. So we have discussed three aspects. First aspect which was discussed is uh, basic purpose of IAS 24, that is objective of IAS 24. Secondly, who are related parties? Secondly, that we discussed. Thirdly, we discuss what are the related party transaction, and fourthly, we discuss the disclosure which are required with the related party. So ਅੱਜ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੀ ਹੈ. When you will read it, then more clarification will be to you. Yes, Kashika want to ask something?
Yes sir.
जी जी बोलो.
Sir, objectives एक बार दोबारा explain कर दो.
ये है simple in brief, if I would say IAS 24 ਦਾ objective ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ define ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ transactions business ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਕੀ ਉਹ related party transactions ਹੈ. Related parties mean a person who has a direct or influence on the affairs of the company. ਉਹ ਮੈਂ various examples ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ. ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹਦਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਪਰਪਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਡਿਸਕਲੋਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਾਰਟਿਕੂਲਰ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟੇਕ ਹੋਲਡਰ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਸਕੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਅਫੇਅਰਸ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ. ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਕੀ ਮੈਨੇਜਰ ਪਰਸੋਨਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਪਾਇੰਟ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਵੀ ਸੈਲਰੀ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਦਾ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਗੁੱਡਸ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਉਹ ਲੋਅਰ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ. ਸੋ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਡਿਸਕਲੋਜ਼ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟੇਕ ਹੋਲਡਰ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੀ ਫਰਦਰ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ. This is the objective.
Okay sir, thank you.
Any other question?
Yes sir.
जी जी बोलो.
Sir, as you discussed in a related party transaction, one joint venture to another joint venture and another joint venture is a related party transaction. Sir, I didn't understand this.
अच्छा, suppose करो A, B and C are the three company. A is a joint venture of B.
Okay.
And C is a subsidiary of the B. A, B and C, three companies are there. A is a joint venture with B and C is a subsidiary to B. So ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ A ਤੇ C ਵੀ related party ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ, B ਤੇ C ਵੀ related party ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਤਿੰਨੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ related party ਹੀ consider ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ. ਜਾਂ A is a joint venture with B, B is a joint venture with C. So A has major influence on the B's decision, B has a influence on the C's decision. So all A, B and C will be treated as a related party. So ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ A ਦਾ C ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਕੋਈ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸੰਬੰਧ. ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ B ਦਾ C ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਹੈ, ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ A ਦਾ B ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਹੈ, ਸੋ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ C ਹੈ ਅਗਰ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਐਗਰੀਮੈਂਟ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, which must be disclosed.
Yes, sir. Sir, and there was some points not related to, not include in a related party transaction.
Not
Uh,
related. हाँ 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 बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Also
Not
point that
related ਦੇ हाँ बोलो.
joint venture is not with others. Sir, joint venture तो मतलब उसमें भी था कि उसमें 3 पार्टीज आ रही थी, इसमें सिर्फ 2
नहीं, नहीं.
पार्टी आ रही है, that's why
वो दो चीज़ां ना, एक ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ. ਫॉर एग्जांपल लेट मी कम टू दैट पॉइंट आल्सो. द फॉलोइंग आर नॉट रेटेड. पहली चीज, टू एंटिटीज सिंपली बिकॉज दे हैव ए डायरेक्टर इन कॉमन. जे डायरेक्टर कॉमन है, बाकी कोई होर इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं है, शेयर नहीं कॉमन, शेयर दा मेजर रोल नहीं है, ज्वाइंट वेंचर कोई नहीं है, तो रिलेटेड पार्टी नहीं माना जाएगा. दूसरा है टू वेंचर्स हु शेयर ज्वाइंट कंट्रोल ओवर ए ज्वाइंट वेंचर. फॉर एग्जांपल ए ਦਾ 10% ਜਿਹੜਾ 20% ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ B ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੈ ਇਨ ਟਰਮਸ ਆਫ ਸ਼ੇਅਰਸ. B ਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ C ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੋ ਵੈਂਚਰਸ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਉਹ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਪਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਨਗੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਅਗਰ A ਔਰ B ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ C ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਤਾਂ ਸਿੰਪਲੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਅਗਰ ਉਹ ਟੂ ਵੈਂਚਰਰਸ ਨੇ, ਸਿੰਪਲੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਹੋਲਡਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਯਾਨੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੇਜਰ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਮੇਕਿੰਗ 'ਚ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਈਵਨ ਦੈਨ ਉਹ ਜੇ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਲਈ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਦਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਇਫ ਯੂ ਆਰ having a joint venture with A, B and C, simply joint venture ਹੈ, ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਹੋਲਡਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਸਿੰਪਲੀ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਹੀ ਹੈ. ਇਨ ਵਨ, ਸਪੋਜ਼ ਕਰੋ ਕੋਈ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਬਣਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ, 3 ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ, ਉਹ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ. 3 ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ, A, B ਔਰ C, ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ, ਪਰ A, B ਔਰ C ਦਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਕੋਈ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਸਿਰਫ ਉਸ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਤੱਕ ਹੀ ਮਹਦੂਦ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ. ਉਹ ਐਗਰੀਮੈਂਟ ਉਹ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਦੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦੇ ਹੈਵ ਏ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਓਵਰ ਦਾ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਮੇਕਿੰਗ ਆਫ ਦੀ ਈਚ ਕੰਪਨੀ. ਸੋ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਾਂਗੇ. ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਮੰਨਾਂਗੇ ਵੇਅਰ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਏ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ. ਇਫ ਯੂ ਡੋਂਟ ਹੈਵ ਏ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ, ਹੁਣ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਤਾਂ 50 ਐਗਰੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਐਗਰੀਮੈਂਟ 'ਚ ਜੇ ਉਹਨੇ 2-3 ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਵੈਂਚਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਬਾਕੀ ਅਫੇਅਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. ਸੋ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਵਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਵੇਅਰ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਹੈਵ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਹੈ.
okay, sir, clear.
ਐਨੀ ਅਦਰ? ਬਾਕੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹੋਗੇ ਨਾ, you will get more clarification. ਚਲੋ ਓਕੇ, ਆਲ ਦਾ ਬੈਸਟ, ਹੈਪੀ ਨਿਊ ਈਅਰ ਟੂ ਆਲ ਆਫ ਯੂ. ਨਵਾਂ ਸਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਮੁਬਾਰਕ ਹੋਵੇ. ਅੱਜ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਦਿਨ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲਾਸ ਦਾ, ਸੋ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਸੋ ਸਿਲੇਬਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੋਰ ਦੈਨ 50% ਕਵਰ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ. ਸੋ ਇਨ ਏ ਵੈਰੀ 10 ਔਰ 12 ਲੈਕਚਰਸ ਦਾ ਹੋਲ ਸਿਲੇਬਸ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਕਵਰਡ. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਿਡ ਸਮੈਸਟਰ ਟੈਸਟ ਔਰ ਕੁਝ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ. You will be allocated a topic ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੋ 3 ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਰੋਜ਼ ਉਹ 10 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨਗੇ. ਫਸਟ we will finish our syllabus, after that it will be happen. So thank you very much to all of you. You may leave now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay ji.